Hi, I'm Sunny Bottoms, and this is Between Two Levees. Well, today I'm not between two levees, I'm between two rows of apples. And I'm here with Mr. Kenny Drewry of Drewry Farm and Orchard near Dover, Arkansas. Hi, Mr. Kenny. I'm so glad you joined me today.
Well, thank you. I'm glad you had me.
So tell us a little bit about your farm and orchard and what all you produce.
Well, we're a self-sustainable farm. We produce apples, peaches, watermelons, all kinds of vegetables and stuff like that. Mainly, for a lot of years, we were mainly peaches, and then with the freezes and everything, we kind of started migrating less and less peaches and more apples because we get a few extra weeks without having to worry about the freezes and stuff. So we've gotten now to where we've got about probably 1,500 apple trees, and we're going to try to get down to about 400 to 500 peach trees. But we love to do the watermelons and stuff like that. This year we're going to raise about probably a couple of 2,000-3,000 watermelons.
Wow.
On the 4 acres of peaches that we pushed out. Got a lot of cleanup work to do, but that's the plan. So It's a little late start this year, but with the weather like it is, but I'd like to rather have plans to do that than have them in the ground right now because it's too cold.
Right, I understand that. It has been a cool season. In addition to your produce, you also produce a few eggs.
Yes, we produce quite a few eggs. We try to supply the Root Cafe in Little Rock with the eggs they need, and that's our best customer. They really take care of us good.
That's awesome.
It's an awesome neighborhood there too.
Yes, it is, and I live right there, so that's one of the ways I know you. And I get to see you every Friday.
That's right.
Make your deliveries. So you also, in addition to growing your produce and providing produce for some restaurants, you also have your own little restaurant on Saturday mornings, correct?
Yes, we have a produce building we put in this year, and we try to keep pretty good amount of produce there. Watermelons, stuff like that we keep outside, and then squash and everything we put inside. It's pretty good business. We serve a lot of people. Breakfast on Saturday morning is really great.
I got to enjoy that a little over a week ago, and that was a treat for sure.
It's really taken off because people come and they see people that they hadn't seen for years. It's just a kind of a drawing place for people to come and have a good time, and special events that we do out of there too. Mother's Day coming up in a couple of weeks. We'll have a full crowd then, I'm sure.
That's great.
We've got the pavilion, got a fireplace in it, and it's just a good place to come and just have a front porch breakfast.
That's awesome, and it was delicious, by the way. Before we go on to talk about apples, you had mentioned we had talked about the eggs and everything, and it's been a burning question my whole life, and since you're an expert, I figured you could tell me which came first, the chicken or the egg.
I can tell you that. I think on the ark, there was a chicken.
There you have it, folks. From the expert himself, the chicken came first. So now I can sleep at night. I don't have to worry at all anymore.
I'm glad. Glad to help you there.
So we can go, and this is A1 journalism. So now we'll transition to the apples. So one of the products you were using on your apples is Badge SC.
Yes, Badge is one that we came across here. This very nice lady introduced it to us, and it's just it's a godsend really because it's got 2 modes of action. It's got a copper that you spray on and you get an immediate reaction, and then it's got a ion copper a residual type that's also with it, and then that gives you an extra protection there. And it's rain. You don't have to worry about rain.
That's good.
It's just a really good chemical. It's probably 2 to 3 times better than the other copper that we've been using. If you get a heavy rain, sometimes you don't get a whole lot of good out of the old copper. But Badge is a really good product. I wish I'd known about it earlier. But it's just a wonderful product.
Great. And when do you typically use that copper product?
On the apples, we usually spray that around green tip, which that's the first. You'll see a silver tip. Sometime between silver tip and green tip, you spray the Badge. You don't want to spray it past the green tip, but as the little tips on the leaves, where the leaves are going to be, starts turning green, that's when you know, silver to green, that's when you spray that.
What are you mainly going after when you're using?
Well, we're just all the
copper
things that your copper usually takes care of. Your a lot of diseases, and we're mainly concerned with kind of prepping the tree for fire blight resistance. Fire blight is a big problem. That's the main problem with apple growing, probably worldwide, but especially here where we're hot and humid. You know, so we put the badge on, and that kind of gets us prepared for our streptomycin sprays. You know, it's a more of a bacterial side deal than anything with streptomycin.
Well, I appreciate that. Learning about apples is something that's been interesting to me, and
we're loving it.
Yeah, that's very good. Well, how about them apples?
Yeah.
So just come on down to Drewry Farm and Orchard. It's only about an hour outside of Little Rock on a Saturday morning, and have a really good breakfast and meet Mr. Kenny and the rest of his family, and you'll have a great time and a full belly. So thanks, Mr. Kenny.
Thank you for having me.